SaySay.Love between 4 and 5. These three people are going to be your source of entertainment. Well, seems like load shedding is a little bit of an extra spice.
Yeah.
What is a load
Definitely.
shedding?
Load shedding.
What is a load
that?
shedding?
Some people don't even know what load shedding. Some of us from the hood, yo, yes, baby, that's the kind. But welcome to Ekse is the name of the show, taking you all the way up until 5 p.m. Llama and Sinalo, J, but flicky.
Of course, I'm here guest presenting. And of course, like, if you guys want to vote for me, watch the show and see if you guys like me. And of course, go on Facebook, on the Ekse page, on Ekse, on Cape Town TV, and then just look at the post. They're going to tell you what to do, and then you must just come back. So I
Okay,
can come back.
let's just remind them what to do. You follow us on Facebook as well as on Twitter. It's Ekse_Live on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. The hashtag to use if you like with Q is Ekse. My vote is, and then you slot her name in, and she could be one of the new presenters right here on Ekse come the 1st of March. So she depends on you. To the end of the show, we've got Uskin Tip, where a artist Engu SaySay.Love is going to be telling us about the exhibition yake. Well, it started when was Bonbangumtu who has altered vision. Akabona three-dimensionally. So ufuna uchinje perception of beauty. Exhibition yake is not him alone. There's also another lady who suffered burns all over her body. She's going to tell us why she's involved in the exhibition.
That sounds amazing. Well, on the other side, we're joined by a set of young filmmakers and designers right here in Mzansi. They are willing to change. They're looking forward to change the fashion film industry of Mzansi. They're here to tell us more about their upcoming film that is set to be released soon. I can't wait to sit down and chat to them.
And also, they are entering into the International South African Film Fashion Festival.
Yeah.
So you do want to stick around for that information because and there are things that you might learn from this chat that you didn't know about fashion film before.
Yes, and of course we've got a movie review. Namhlanje it's fail was good in English. Dirty laundry. So we're gonna find out what that movie is about. I'm so excited. I need to watch it. You movie Africans. Yes, Africans.
I can understand if the subtitles. Listen, if the subtitles, we're all fine. Basically.
That number to dial is 021 448 0448. We've got blazing music videos. Did you watch User back in the day?
I sneaked it in.
Return,
I wasn't allowed to, so therefore my parents were just like, you know what?
She was still a kid. I'm a 2000, but it's
So-
allowed.
Okay,
That is not true
we've got one of the music videos featured on that soundtrack. We're not going to tell you now, as well as trending news. What are you talking about there?
We're talking all things ESCOM, load shedding, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Apparently, they will blow your candles off.
Apparently, we're talking about water restrictions. Apparently, you guys have been losing too much
Too
water.
much.
Again.
I know Llama is guilty of that.
Always showering.
What can I say? But for now, it's time for us to take it over to Umko, CQ, and Sinalo are heading over to trending news. To enjoy.
And we are back, and this is Ekse right here on Cape Town TV. That's time again where we give you some trending news right here on the show. We like to skin up. I mentioned with you, ESCOM is in a big financial trouble, having load shedding. While ESCOM actually announced to implement stage 3 of load shedding from 8 to 11 p.m. today. The power utility resumed with load shedding for the first time in 2019 this last Sunday. While the rotational power cut continues on Monday when stage 4 was announced by ESCOM for the first time. A failure of number generating units. Stage 3, let me say this, allows 3,000 megawatts to be cut from national ground, which means soon we'll have stage 5 where they say we come to your house and blow your candle off and just stay in the dark.
And of course, seen trending news for a South African granny who was in a strip club. Have you ever been in a strip club?
Never ever.
We're too young for strip clubs. So a grandmother from Brackenfell in Cape Town is suing a British strip club for millions of rands after suffering an eye injury, which reportedly happened when she was hit in the face with a pants from the stripper. So Milton Revolt, who works at a well-known hotel in Cape Town, and her husband is a retired police officer, claimed to have suffered devastating injuries in a UK-based strip club when she was out on a girls' night out with some of her friends. She says that 4 sexy firemen were performing at the time when they stripped off their trousers and threw them towards the audience. She has lost useful vision in her left eye and suffered a temporary injury in her right eye. dangerous strip clubs.
What was a 58-year-old doing in a strip club?
Inside the strip club. What are you
Songaboni
doing?
Songaboni ngoku, why were you doing a strip club instead of being in the old age home?
Doesn't make sense.
Well, on the other side, I believe South African students deserve much better treatment from both government and higher institutions. While the management of Wits University and especially the ANC government must work out edge solutions to what is gathering storm, which can potentially disrupt the whole entire academic year even before it begins. While right now the economic and social crisis we suffer from in Mzansi is worse than it ever been since 1994, the times when even the rising black middle class itself is actually feeling the pressure of economic crisis that we're currently facing in Mzansi. If the middle class are crying over poverty, what about
The poverty.
what about the ones who are poor,
The actual poor class.
the actual poor class?
Speaking of crises, water crisis. You guys are using too much water once again. So the city of Cape Town urges residents to please just cut down on that. So the city of Cape Town has urged residents to watch their water usage as consumption steadily increases amid dropping dam levels. The dam that supplies Cape Town have dropped to 1.6 over the past week, to 57.4% of storage capacity. Conversely, the average water consumption has gone up by 19 million liters per day to 633 million liters. Now, of course, we are still within our 650 million liters per day that we can use. However, we need to exercise caution and continue the water-wise behavior. Cape Town City suggests that each person should not use more than 105 liters of water per day. People should use buckets if washing vehicles or other cars, and toilets must be flushed with grey water or other non-drinking water. And lastly, commercial car washes, please use a minimum of 50% and reuse the water that you've been using as a belief.
Guys,
So much dry.
So much dry,
So
guys.
much dry.
And so much dry and because of a bad. Speaking of being dry and bad, we have an amazing music video. It's titled Shontombazana.
Shonto.
Shontombi.
Shontos.
So Shontombi ending.
Intozi.
So we are go.
Yes.
Yes.
No school is greater than old school, I tell you. That was Tembi Siede as well as One Double Larry with Sean Dombazana taken from the soundtrack Yizo, Yizo the Return. Baba.
I Bolona.
I should be in that music video somewhere there.
Sometime. I feel like you deserve to be in that music video.
Glorious. Remember to use that hashtag #XairMyVoties. Follow us on Twitter, it's @XairLive. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Our tweet for Namhlanje comes from Steve Kumbuzo saying, I enjoyed yesterday's show. Very insightful. The guys from African Scholar Fund are doing great work. Big ups to you guys. The other one comes from Leah Zona saying, Ekse, thank goodness you are Monday through Friday between 4 and 5. I'm always at home that time, and there's only one program that keeps me entertained, and it's you guys. And if you want her to be one of your entertainers, tell them how to.
So you
This
go on
one.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Ekse on Cape Town TV. Yes, Ekse on Cape Town TV. Go to the Ekse page, and of course you're going to go like the post which says Kakamba Fiotane, and you're going to take the instructions and you're going to vote for me so I can be your Ekse presenter with these beautiful jets.
Yeah.
Well, it's simple as that, guys. If you want to vote for her, you wanted to stay on the team, join myself and Llama, do what you gotta do. But right now, I think we have to take a quick breather, Llama.
I want to go drink some water. It's hot in here.
Oh, right now.
Right now.
We'll speak more.
Are you
There are
What,
more
what do you want
tweets.
to talk about?
Are you tired?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got one more thing to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Thursdays, we've got this talk show where we talk about anything under the sun, whether it's about abuse or anything under the sun, basically. A topic here too, if it relates to you and you wish to come through, you can send us an email to Ekse on Cape Town @capetowntv.org or call the number 021-448-0448. Okay, you're doing something wonderful in your community, in your organization, non-profit organization, you've got a business, you run a fashion house, and you want to showcase right here on Ekse. Of course, you can email Yonela at capetowntv.org. or babalwa at capetowntv.org. Sivuyile at capetowntv.org, or I am lamamoon@gmail.org. Call us on that number 021-448-0448. Friday vibes. You want to be on stage? Of course, Fridays are for you. Hype It Up is on Saturdays. We had the first show last week, Friday. If you missed it, go onto YouTube. It's Ekse on Cape Town TV. You'll see what we are all about. You still want to go to
Friday night.
Yes, I know. I know I must be ready for
Somebody
you.
lied to Sinalo and said, "You, my boy, can sing. He cannot." Tell him that on Facebook.
Who can't
Skin
sing?
Deep is coming next, right here on Ekse, but only after this quick commercial break. Do come around. It is the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening youth show in town. Tell your mother, your father, your adopted cousin Riza will tell you, and other TV shows that think they're gonna be anywhere close here. They're not, because we're hectic 9 million times than they are. Anyhow, Fashion Film SA is a diverse group of young filmmakers and designers set out to change the fashion film game in South Africa. Their Touch Film is their second submission to the Bochum Festival. The third fashion film, Hands Off, with a social justice message, is currently in post-production and will be released this February. So they are in pre-production phase of their fourth film titled Different is Normal. So what goes on here, they're on a journey to secure sponsors, to collaborate and help fund the initiative, and to uplift and upskill local filmmakers, designers and local talent in communities that does not have the access to fashion film industry. Being part of our show, Ekse, could potentially aid their search for sponsors who believe in their initiative. Their principal photography for Different is Normal is scheduled for the 30th of March 2019. So if you do not know what fashion film is about, you're at the right place at the right time, because it's about that time that we teach you. And if you wish to sponsor, you better sit back and relax, because they're gonna sell themselves to you. But before we get to Cohen, Jivan, and Haley, we need to check out what they are about.
I am Cohen. My dad threw me with a brick when I was 8 years old. The violence started when he locked my mom in a room and continued to beat her. The community watched and cheered him on. I hid behind a couch, covered my ears and closed my eyes. I'm Cohen, and I survived.
Oh yes, that is of
Yes.
course an amazing film that is produced by the Interconnect Fashion film team, doing amazing work in there, which is made by young, creative fashion lovers, fashion makers, and designers right here in Zambia. Set to change the fashion film industry right here in South Africa. We're joined by Cohen, Jivan, and Henley. Guys,
How are you
welcome
guys
on the
doing?
show.
For having us.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You know what? I love fashion a lot. So when I heard about you guys creating films that are about fashion, I was so excited. But I've never heard of the genre fashion
What is
film.
it?
For someone who's like me at home, what is it?
So I first heard about this a couple of months ago. It's almost like a year ago.
Yeah.
And then I decided, because there's not a lot of people who know about this genre, so I
Yeah.
thought there was like a great opportunity for me to come in and kind of showcase what I wanted to do, because I always wanted to do fashion filmmaking.
Yeah.
A fashion filmmaking is the collaboration of filmmakers and a fashion team, designer team, that collaborate and produce something like something that you just see now.
Yeah.
And that is basically a fashion film. Yeah.
Okay, so for your first project, what was the thinking process behind it, and the sort of like response that you got from people? What was it like?
For Connect, so that was the first ever one. One of my role models, I don't know if you know this person, Beyonce. Sorry, Beyonce.
Everyone's role model is fine.
She talked about connecting the dots, and I couldn't understand what she meant like years ago, talking about connecting the dots, and I couldn't understand exactly what she was saying, or what she meant by it. And then last year, it kind of connected, and I realized what she meant by connecting the dots was like, I'm in the film industry, so I realized that we are all connected, and I know somebody that's interested in fashion. I know a model. I know an actor. I know somebody who's doing camera. I know a presenter. I know, we're all connected, and it's about connecting those people and the sponsors that we still need.
Yeah.
And all of those people, just connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must say, shout out to Beyonce, by the way.
Shut up! Always inspiring people everywhere.
You know, wherever you go, if there's somebody younger than you, they get the more attention.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was a bad idea to get Will Henley right here. So please pass him the microphone. He's the superstar of this. He's only 9, and you're already starring in a movie. Dude, I'm jealous. I'm kidding, I've got a TV show, so you are in Interconnect, and then you are in Hands Off, correct? So tell us about your role in Hands Off, and what is Hands Off about?
It's about
Is it fine to speak to the microphone?
Yes.
Yeah.
What role do you play in Hands Off?
the boy.
He does what? The boy.
The boy.
I did play the boy who was on the bed, and I played the role where I went to fall, and I was in the role. I ran to the Burning Man.
Did they hurt you during filming? Oh, okay, thank goodness. So what is?
Almost, but not. You just had to run to a Burning Man. That's all.
So I know that he gets into an accident in the film, but what is Hands Off about?
Hands off. So when I was younger, I was like many of us. I was kind of exposed to abuse at a very young age. So I felt the need to tell the story because I feel like in our communities, we don't tend to talk about those type of things. We kind of just hid it under the carpet, and we don't want to talk about it. So I felt like hands off because of the theme, because I wanted to have like a times up and hands off type of theme in it. So it's kind of standing up against abuse against women and children, and I kind of put my personal story and my mom's story into the fashion film, which I thought was kind of new, and I don't think a lot of people do that in fashion filmmaking. But the reason I started fashion film essay was to kind of change the game of fashion filmmaking, so we can compete on an international scale.
Javon, who are some of the people that you worked with on this film outside your team, your immediate team?
Yes, so besides these lovely people right here, we had part of the camera work and lighting team. I had a brilliant gaffer, Rushdin Benjamin, and he helped with the lighting, and he did a great job. So that was really cool. And we had, of course, makeup, and we had production design, Yasmin Martin, who did a really great job. I don't know if you guys saw in that final scene. Yeah, shout out to Yasmin. In that final scene with the standoff, and there's this whole fairy lights ensemble. They really helped put that together according to the director's vision.
He even looked at me like, "What do you want us to do?" Like,
Are you serious?
this
Your
whole thing
job.
here, it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away, but you guys know what to do.
Like
Come back in an hour.
Sinalo did say that it's his first time hearing about this
fashion
genre,
film.
fashion film. So I would assume that he's not the only one. How challenging is it to get sponsors to fund a genre that is so not your
Explored,
everyday?
So difficult. There's not a lot of people who know about this and who know about the bouquet. And the bouquet is a fashion film festival that takes place here in Cape Town and Joburg, and I don't think a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
But it's there, and I've been there last year for the first time. It is amazing.
Yeah.
The chocolates, the fashion, the liquor, just
The lekker stuff.
it's just all of the
The
stuff.
lekker
We have like
stuff.
a lot of famous people there as well, and all of the designers that you know,
Yeah.
their imprints are. I don't know if you know, guys know them.
Yeah.
Unknown Union, all of those epic fashion designers, they there, and filmmakers that just do creative things. That's not like you know, with film, there's always like this rules that you need to kind of abide.
Yeah.
Not with fashion filmmaking. You can do whatever you want with a fashion film, and I think that's the thing that draws me to it.
It
Okay.
sounds amazing. Jivan, take us through the creative process. How long did it take to shoot this? Because I know creating this show that we're in right
It's
now,
not
it
easy.
takes forever. How long did it take to create this amazing film that you guys have created hands
so
off?
there's always, of course, the ideal period of time you'd like to have.
Yeah.
In this industry, you always got to do things yesterday.
Yeah.
So the whole, from my camera work and lighting
Yeah.
perspective as the cinematographer and working with Cohen, like we took about, I think, 2 weeks to like really
Whoa.
go step by step,
Yeah.
Yeah.
tying in what can I do with camera work and lighting
Yeah.
to help, narrate his film, to help make his vision come alive. And that's always the tricky thing with cinematography, is how do you make the director's vision come alive
Yeah.
through your craft. So yeah, it took about, I'd say, a good solid 2 weeks
Yeah.
prepping, and then when we shot, we had to do it all over
Over
one.
Over again.
Yeah.
We
Over
shoot it
two-
like a
yeah, 2
commercial,
days.
almost like this. Like you have to get 2 days.
So
The whole
you
thing.
put in a lot of work for 2 weeks and then you shoot just in 2 days.
Yeah,
2 days,
we
and
shoot
because
2
everything was
days.
based in nighttime, we had to shoot everything at night on a farm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually quite impressive. But also, you mentioned that part of the story that inspired you to make this film was the fact that there's abuse in your past. So, what other lessons can people sort of take from that film besides that one, and that you feel like you learned in the process of making
Yeah.
it?
Speak
Good
out,
question,
people! Speak out, people! Speak out. If anything has happened, because I remember I was in primary school, and I asked my mom, could we leave my dad? I think we could be so much happier if we are not here, because I think I was like 8 years old, and then he threw me with a brick, and for a kid to be chased and be thrown with a brick it's not normal. But in your mind, you would ask yourself like,
What's happening?
what's wrong with me? And maybe I deserved it because maybe I did something wrong, But it's like, you have to speak out about it, because I think that could create the change and the conversation that needs to happen.
And I feel like we are in a time when conversations need to be happening, because
Definitely.
a lot of people do go through these things and they don't actually know how to sort of vocalize what is happening.
And I'm glad you guys are doing through something that I've never thought, because when I talk fashion, it's all about dressing up and going
Yes,
to
fashion
fashion shows. and looking
shows.
good. And I'm glad that you guys
Slaying.
are actually telling stories through fashion, because for me, fashion is all about looking good.
Props.
So I know you've got
It's
aspirations
50% of it.
of winning the BSA International Film Festival Awards. What would winning that award mean to you?
To win an international award, to be honest with you, I would just love to be recognized by them. We have been recognized by the Los Angeles Fashion Film Festival. But to win the bouquet this year is our goal. That's why we are submitting 5. We've done 3.
That's a
In
lot.
prep for the 4th one, and we are doing 5 because we can't lose. Okay, it's our time. We need to win the bouquet.
2019,
Yeah.
say
Legal
it
with the
again.
2019, win everything.
2019.
Reading through,
You ready?
We are
reading
ready.
through your resume, like this film and that film, and we're releasing this film and we are doing this film while we're releasing that. Do you have time to rest? When do you sleep? And how do you handle the pressure? I can assume.
It's crazy. That's why I have a relationship with my work. So I don't I kind of don't go out. I just stay and I work and I socialize. When I have a meeting, I see, okay, this is my perfect chance to order wine or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm out for like an hour or 2. Oh, Siobhan,
Fully committed relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, that
We love
everyone's-
it.
it's like it's my entire life. So while I'm working and getting money from international movies,
Yeah.
then I kind of reinvested into fashion film SA, because I feel like this is something that we kind of need to show the world and show South Africa.
All right.
So it's dinner by candlelight with your work.
Yeah.
So
Very
if people
lonely.
want-
It's very lonely.
So
Yeah.
real fast, if people want to find out more about the movies that you're about to release upcoming, just let us know where we can find you so people can follow that information real
And
quick.
sponsorship, we have billionaires
Fashion
watching
form.
the show.
Billionaires.
Yeah.
Can at least one person give us something? Sponsors.
The only thing I can give you right now is an ad break.
And exposures.
Let's go.
We're back.
He's under the delusions that he could be a makeup
He
artist.
could be my
I
makeup
think that he
artist.
can be
I'm gonna
makeup
hire you
artist.
as my makeup artist because I
Yes,
believe
ma'am.
in putting people that I love on.
On
While I
our
actually make an
okay.
artist.
You're still watching Ekse right here on Cape Town TV, channel 263, on your DSTV. Otherwise, you can catch us on the free-to-air channel. If your friends do not have DSTV, let them know. If we're struggling, they can call us and we can give them directions. The number is 021-448-0448. To follow us on Twitter, it's Ekse_live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Now, the hashtag to use today is hashtag Ekse. My vote is, and if Q is your favorite, put her there, inside her name there.
Yes.
Let us know why she should be part of here.
She should be there, man. She should
Yeah.
be. I think you deserve to be here. You look amazing, these yellow couches.
Oh, thank you
it
so
suits you.
much. Listen,
You definitely deserve
do you know
to
where
be
people
here.
looked good?
Yeah.
At the sauna.
Oh,
Fire at the sauna. So last week Thursday, the sauna did happen.
Yeah.
And of course, as per usual, drama never seems to not strike. So therefore, let us hit us up with the sauna. Let's see what happens.
Yes! The Llama, yes, sauna, that's a lot happened. Llama, who do you think was here and was there in terms of fashion?
Who I thought was here, I don't know people's names, you know.
These ministers.
Yeah. And who was there was Tato, the actor, the
Yeah,
one who was
yeah.
on Generations,
Yeah.
and then the Queen. Do you know Tato?
I think I know the face. Maybe the face and the name together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Budbay from.
EFF?
No.
The
I know
other
that
party.
one looks scruffy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one?
From the UTM.
Politics.
Hey, I'm sure we're gonna.
Yeah.
Babalomzi.
That
Let's see what
one.
they were wearing. Matabila Jamil.
Which one?
Well, I told you we're bringing you nothing but the best when it comes to fashion. And next to me is the incredible Lucia, who's Mrs. Africa Globe 2019, 2018, right?
2019.
2019.
Yeah, 2019.
You-
I was born in 1st of December.
Wow, you are looking incredible. Let's talk about your outfit today. It looks incredible. I love the green. What inspired the outfit?
What inspired me with the outfit, to be honest with you, it's a sponsored dress from a local entrepreneur. So I support young people, especially young people that are in creatives. So she's one of them, NQ Boutique, Ngobile Nyarenda. So she's the one that dressed me today.
Amazing. I want to talk about fashion sense when it comes to the sauna. This has become a huge part of what we hear today. What does the sauna mean to you as a young person today?
A sauna has been tabled. It talks about the changes that, we're taking as a country, and also the socio-economic of the country, the business interest, from outside and inside, where we're going. So it means a lot to me, especially, policies as well, because remember, once a sauna is being tabled, the policies get affected as well. So as a young person, I really, really have an interest because, this is the time where I plan going forward, where to focus as a young person in terms of what the president has tabled.
While fashion has become a huge part of the sauna, and the next lady next to me represents just that. You look incredible.
Thank you very much. You're very kind, sir.
Let's talk about the dress. What's the inspiration behind this amazing dress?
So the inspiration is actually the restoration and renewal of the Rainbow Nation. I'm proudly South African, but I also have a love for the nation Israel. So weaved in here are different elements of South Africa, but also with Israel. So we have the famous prayer on the back over here, and you've got your zebra.
I'm so happy to be here. Next to me is Umasha. She rocks a suit.
Yes,
I've seen everyone here, they're rocking dresses. And you chose a suit.
always.
Why?
Because I love the look. I mean, for me, it's all about diversity and being different. And we represent a country that encourages that.
I was dressed by Bunolo Mashilo. She's on Instagram, she's on Twitter. It's called B Mashilo Designs. And she's a young, upcoming South African. I'm supporting local so that we have the young and the upcoming women also to, dress us instead of supporting foreign designs, or as well instead of supporting those who have made it in the industry. So we'll need to encourage the young ones to do that.
I like the fact that most people here are supporting what are local and supporting young people. This looks amazing. I like the gold. I like everything in it. Did you choose it yourself, or is it made for you?
She chose it for me, especially the color.
Masade about iloko yakho mama unxikiswe ngubani?
Sobabili nomntanami sinxitshiswe umimi, but yena she's wearing a new dress. Mine is not new, but we tried to match. Yeah.
Masade about local designers, upcoming local designers. Why kubalulekile basibaxhase?
It's very important, and also we need to be very patient and give them time to develop, because and we South Africans must just get used to loving themselves, because buying from local designers says you love yourself.
Umimi, very well done, girl. The minister looks beautiful in that dress. Okay. My best dress was Sinalo, by the way. So how about that?
Thank you so much. Yay!
So now we are about to get deep into it, into the skin.
Skin deep.
The up and coming exhibition Skin Deep is the work of artist SaySay.Love. He is as he challenges the perception of beauty with the pieces that he'll be displaying. He was born with an optical disability that deters him from seeing three-dimensionally, and therefore alters his perspective, which shows throughout his artwork. The up-and-coming exhibition will feature artists like Aniek, who has faced her own challenges in life. She was a victim of fire that left scars covering her body. She turned to art to express herself. The exhibition Skin Deep will be open to the public from the 13th of this month. No, excuse me. Yeah, 13th of this month, which is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. It will end 9th of March. So let's go out there in numbers and support our creatives to tell us why we should do so. Why?
Why?
They're the yellow couches right now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming. How are you doing?
Oh.
You good? You good? Okay, so firstly,
before we get into it,
okay, yes.
Do you? How do you pronounce that word? Yes.
It's like tech.
Tech.
Because someone came to me and was like, before the show, he's wearing tech. Should we say you must take it off and put something else? I was like, no, leave it, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's all right.
Yes,
You can cue.
Oh, well, now I'm distracted by the ish. So both of you have sort of like a different outlook on life, and which you guys have decided to sort of portray in your artwork. Please just elaborate on some of the circumstances that you guys actually took inspiration from to make this art happen.
Okay.
Ladies first.
So for me, I was in a burn accident when I was 9 years old, and I have over 85% of third-degree burns over my body.
Yeah.
And for me, I started making art because I struggled speaking about what happened to me. And as I made art, it became easier to express myself, and I felt like I was saying things that I didn't have words for, and that's where art really becomes something so special for me.
All right, communication.
Actually, I want to reevaluate the perception of beauty. We all live in a kind of beauty world. We've been challenged by the mannequins. We've been challenged by fashion industry. We saw that before, which is wonderful, but that is not reality. It's kind of fake reality. And in our daily life, we need to keep that in mind, that we are connected by hearts, by emotions, and this fake perfection will not leads into cold.
Yeah, and perfection has become a huge problem of our nation. Everyone just wants to be perfect. You have an exhibition kicking off tomorrow until the 9th of March. What message are you guys hoping to come across from your artwork?
For me, what I'd like to say to people is that to teach people how to look, to see trauma and to look at it and acknowledge it, but also find the person behind it.
Yeah.
Because physical differences are really only skin deep, and they are people.
Yeah.
We should see each other as fellow human beings and love each other and have compassion.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you guys both have different stories and that you came together and you decided, okay, this is what we're going to do. What was the inspiration behind that? What was the thing that was like, okay, no, definitely, let's sit down, let's work together and do this?
I think actually the work was already done, and we met after I did my work, and she was already longer in her topic. And I thought, well, Aniek, she had such a horrible story, and we both want to express the same. We have to really reevaluate our perception in terms of what is beautiful. Even ugly can be beautiful, and that is not so discussable. And so that is why we show it, and people coming into our show, seeing the beautiful pictures of Aniek, which is actually self-portraits, where she worked on expressing her trauma, as she said, and the work that I have done, which is a kind of manipulation of reality in the other way. I don't do it the beautiful selfie style. I just do it the other way around, showing actually the darkest side of our psyche, which is there, that everybody has in ourselves. We don't live it in the society, and we try to avoid it. But this, I would say, not being pro-social, having the dark side of our psyche, that is also reality.
Yeah.
You have different stories to tell. You met through, perhaps,
through MAD. MAD is that is a foundation that gives scholarships to young people. Like for example, Aniek, she's graduated from MAD. And we met, we met at a, what was it, at a dinner?
Like a celebration function.
So it was by chance or luck or the universe.
Speaking.
And you've got different stories to tell. What I want to find out is, how do your stories complement each other? Because you're going to be showing together.
Tough question.
Sorry.
Do you want to?
It's difficult to say. Everybody might see it different. For me, it is. It sounds a bit weird, but she is actually a wonderful piece of art, walking around, and my art wants also to inspire, wants to change perception, make open a discourse to think about it, and that fits so wonderful together, and I think that is why we have the show. Huh?
Yeah, that is amazing. I would like to know, Aniek, most people, I would say myself as well, we run away from trauma all the time. We hide our trauma, but you've decided to speak to the world and use art to actually talk about your trauma. How has been the reception from the community? How has been the reception from the audience, from the people who come and watch your exhibitions?
Well, I was terrified, obviously. It's not easy being so public about trauma. And mostly people, like you said, they hide it. And some traumas are easier to hide because it's inside. But I have no choice. I have to walk with my scars. And as soon as I started sharing my story through my art and expressing, questioning beauty and questioning how we look at people and how we perceive people, I just got the most amazing feedback. People just felt really inspired and really supportive.
Would you say using your trauma to speak to the world has been the biggest part of your healing journey?
Yes.
Yes,
I would say that.
You know what they say? Some people roll off the bed, they bump their heads, and they wake up as artists.
Wow, Llama.
Yes, no, it's a serious question.
I hope that happens to me.
How did it happen for you? Were you born a natural artist, or you went somewhere to enhance your skills and talent?
Actually, somehow I was grown into it. I was most of my life a businessman. I'm retired. I think I told myself there's more in the world than just doing businesses.
Yes.
And so I discovered actually my beautiful phone. And I cannot work with a professional camera. I cannot work with iPhone, with Photoshop. So, experimenting with this tool, you know, it's like having a brush in your hand and some colors and a canvas, and then you just start doing things. You take the normal pictures and you say, okay, there must be more, there must be more, there must be more, and now.
And that's how it comes about.
And there's more.
And there is more. So also now, if people want to find out where they can find some of your work that you've done in the past and you're about to do in the future, where can they go?
I think they should come to the exhibition.
Okay,
See
more details?
More details, yeah. Actually, we have our vernissage tomorrow at 6 p.m. Beautiful wine. I took care on that the wine is good.
Sinalo, there you go. There's wine.
Sorry, there's also water.
We're saving water, guys. We're saving
What do
water.
you have a point?
Yeah, so it's from 6 p.m. until ESCOM will just turn off the music at 10 p.m. So more load shedding, 10 p.m. Anyway, come around. We are looking forward to seeing everybody. And just meet us, have a discussion. Aniek and me, we will be there, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, Aniek, parents are very difficult individuals. Young people believe in artistry and they want to become artists. For parents that are watching right now and say, my child, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a businessman, you're going to be a lawyer. Don't waste your time in art. Speak to them. There they are.
I was lucky to have very supportive parents, and the moment I was born, they knew it. I was going to be something weird. But I would like to say, becoming an artist, studying art, it's not a choice. It's something you feel you have to do because it's inside you. And forcing someone to do something to ignore that and to do something else is heartbreaking.
And that's trauma itself.
It's
a trauma in itself. So do your child a blessing, give them a blessing of expressing themselves and finding themselves, because it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Thanks to SaySay and Aniek for sharing their stories with you guys and us right here in studio. Fortunately for us, we're going to be there tomorrow to experience the skin deep. They told you how to do it. You go there tomorrow. Opens at 6, it closes at 10. There's going to be a bar
Snacks.
with water. So make sure that you go there. Part 2 of the Son of Fashion Extravaganza is coming right for you. Don't you go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere.
It's started for you. Thank you, SaySay. Thank you, Annika.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming.
Fashion and politics, is it dibana kanjani?
Remember that you have a creative sector. So when you talk about creative sector, it means that it's an economy. So when you talk economy, like the different way that the president also spoke about, and saying that we're going to take what we do here in Africa and take it to the world. So politics, economy are one thing.
If they didn't tell you, you look dapper. So if they would open a cabinet department of fashion, would you?
Department of Fashion. No, I wish. You know, there's an African designer who actually designed. He's from Nigeria. His name is Sholex Lewis. He's the one who designed the look. Because for me, you know, I think it's quite important that if you look dapper, it must be done by an African.
What inspires your look?
Well, it's a combination of Western and traditional African dress, because I wanted to mix the two. Remember, there are a lot of racial tensions in the country. I'm trying to show that the different race groups, together with their cultures and traditions, can coexist peacefully in South Africa and in harmony. But I think the other more important point which I'm trying to demonstrate to South Africans, especially young people, is that we need to be proud of who we are. So if you look at this jacket, for an example, it's a Nguni jacket because it's got influences of Mbondos and Swazis and Zulus and Bakas people. If you look at this, is traditionally Xhosa.
Well, we're still out here at the Sona 2019, and fashion is on another level. Right next to me is the incredible, the gorgeous, the beautiful Ubabala. You look amazing.
Thank you so much, Nkosi.
It's a pleasure. Must tell you about your outfit. You always look gorgeous, by the way. Tell us about your outfit and namhlanje.
Well, today I decided, because it's my first appearance at the Parliament, at the opening, whatever, the Sona, I decided to make sure that I totally stand out. I didn't want to come in a formal, classic-looking outfit. I wanted to stand out and be bright and glitz and glam.
What inspired you, look?
Thank you. I'm dressed by Jessica Mbangeni of Kwantu. What inspired the look? I said, it is my inauguration as the president of COSATU, attending a SONA. I've always attended as a deputy president.
Yes.
Now I'm attending it as the president. But importantly, I said traditional has always been about black and white, you know. And but also what inspired the colors are of a trade union movement. So I said, when the president of the federation representing workers in this country is coming to the State of the Nation address, I better, even if I'm not in my overalls, at least retain the colors that has inspired us, because they speak volumes.
Okay, Skin Deep is going to be exhibiting tomorrow between 6 and 10 before the load shedding at Gallery 111 in Loop Street, number 111. So we'll see you there. So if you're a movie lover, you're going to be enjoying this part of the show, because I'm going to be telling you about Fail of Us, Dirty Laundry. So it's Vim and Kevin who work at a laundromat. By day, things are boring, but when the sun sets, they party in their clients' clothes. Imagine that. During a party, they discover a chopped off finger in a client's suit's jacket. The underhanded owner of the finger, his sons, and the ruthless traitor is hot on Vim and Kevin's heels and have no regard for their safety. So these two guys are in trouble. Let's see how this unfolds. This is Fail of Us.
I really can't say much.
Wel, wat ons kan sê is dat iemand het Charles Gotti die shady hoeveel sy vinger afgesny met so 'n moesring aan die dag. En nou soek hulle die ring en die ou vir 'n 300,000 rand beloning. Elk. Het ek nou te veel gesê?
Dankie dat jy hier was.
Hey, is jy nou alright? Sy moes hier weg met 'n bloedneus.
Maar ons moet regtig ophou.
Net as sê dit elke week.
Oh, you like amazing. Gewoonlik as jy nie die naam kan uitspreek, dan weet jy dis flippend soos Dolly King binne. Op Hollywood.
Geef my lighter. Ek rook as ek stres. Moenie my judge nie. Is dit 'n vlek?
Waar kan jy dit? Kan ek laat hulle kliënte se klere?
Ja, ons sal nie.
Bring vir my vinger en ek jag julle nie soos twee gekweste bokke nie. Binnestem. Ons kan nie vir hulp vra nie. Het lyk of dit ons was. Wat nou? Ons moet sekuriteit wel kry.
Soek jou pa se vinger.
Wat maak jy met my pa se vinger?
Tom Smith, donker hare, blasvel en is 'n roker.
Soos op die foto.
Ja. Kyk hierdie liggie. Theo Meyer. Altyd. Die kragte van Marius Weyers is snor binne my.
Dankie.
Hoe dink jy hier is 'n goeie tyd?
Sorry, my emosies is moes dit mekaar.
Wat het jy vir 'n rash? Waar? Kom ons sê iemand met athlete's foot het my op die hol geskop.
Ek lewe. Gemaak om my liefde te stewe. Op vlekke van vriendskap te zwewe. Sonder vraag oor wat môre mag bring. Ek lewe. Verstaan jy vertrouwen van vrede. Nou, jy 'n pik hê. Maar die girls gaan dink ek het 'n graad. Kry ons onder bene. Waar jy gelos het.
So you can get that movie at the nearest movie box in the land. DVD box. All I can say, the Poppers will dance for them. And
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into Ekse, today's episode. And just a reminder, of course, if you do want to vote for me, hashtag my vote is Q, Kakamba, Q the Black Rose, Cucumber, all of them.
You can do that on Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. On Twitter, it's Ekse_live. Vote for her if you love her. Tomorrow, it's going to be Rizal. Then on Thursday, you can vote for Amy if she's who you are fancying. So make sure that you join our talk show on Thursday to see how she fares.
And of course, a big shout out to our security guests for coming through. The Skin Deep exhibition is kicking off tomorrow. 111 Loop Street is taking place from 6 to 10 before Eskom does the things that they are famous for, and also to interconnect fashion film team for coming through on the show. Other than that, a big shout out to you, man. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, Knala, Cape Town TV.
Yes, you can email us at ekse@capetowntv.org. Call us on 021-448-0448. Right now, it's time for us to say adios, amigos.
We have 2 minutes before load shedding. Quick, Llama.
Okay, music video maybe, yes,
These
no?
are way too?
Yes.
These are
After
way
this
too.
is Open Studio. Keep it locked right here on Cape Town TV. Goodbye.
Well,